We are back for another edition of the TCWN post-race show. Connor Hall gets the victory over Bobby McCarty, and then it's Ronnie Bassett Jr., the kid, the teenager, Carson Lofton in fourth. And have Ryan Millington, Caden Quapple, Doug Barnes Jr., Cade Brown, Donovan Strauss, Laney Booth rounds up the top 10.
Hey guys, it's Minnie Tyrell, driver number 81, Convenience Tire and Auto, late model stock car, and you're watching the TCWN post-race show.
What is up, best racing channel in the world? We are back for another edition of the TCWN post-race show. We are finally back. We missed last week at Bowman Gray Stadium and with the zMAX Cars Tour. We were supposed to do two, but I had to go on a school trip the next day. So yeah, that's why I was not able to do that last week, and I was working on the TCW broadcast. I hope y'all enjoyed those. Those do take a lot of effort, so hopefully y'all do enjoy those. So please do be sure you go over there and like those videos there. But anyway, we're finally back here this week. Not with Bowman Gray Stadium because it did get rained out, but the zMAX Cars Tour was able to run somewhat of their event there at Ace Motor Speedway yesterday. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into these results. But before we do, though, y'all are doing good. Only 14% of you guys are now subscribed. I say only 14, that's not a lot, but it has been better. This has been the best number all season. So 14%, only 14% of you guys are subscribed to this channel. So please, be sure if you haven't yet, please do be sure you do hit that big red subscribe button. So y'all can stay up to date with the zMAX Cars Tour, Bowman Gray Stadium, and with the Smart Modified Tour, powered by Pace-O-Matic, all that here on the TCWN Post Race Show. We cover it all. We cover it all here on TCWN, so the Child Warren Network. So be sure you do subscribe to this channel for sure. But anyway, enough talking. Let's go ahead and get into these. We're gonna go over first the 10 field pro late model cars. These guys, I think, were cut a little bit short. I think that they got a little range shortened. But anyway, we're going to cover them here. So here we go. Carson Ware, he gets the victory over Ben Mayer. And then we have Brody Mohan, Rodney Dolis, and Jason Kitzmeyer, Adrian Farrer, Keelan Harvick as the first driver out. He did not finish there, as you can see. And then TJ DeClaire, and then Dylan Gardner and Brandon Lopez rounds out the top 10 and also rounds out the field. So, excuse me. Not a big field there for the pro late models, probably because of rain, I'm assuming. But let's go ahead and get into the big boys, as I like to call them, well, and girls this year. But the big fellas here of the zMAX Cars Tour, the late model stocks. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. Landon Lewis, he gets the victory in pretty dominant fashion over Ryan Millington. His best finish of the season so far for Millington. He is second. And then Connor Jones there in third. And in fourth, we have Laney Bouse. I've been saying that name wrong all year. It's Laney Bouse, I do believe, not Laney Boose. But Laney Bouse gets fourth. And then we have a fellow YouTuber there in fifth, Landon Huffman there in fifth. Cade Brown is sixth. Caden Quapple there in the Dell Junior Motorsports number 8. He is seventh. Parker Eatman, eighth. Donovan Strauss, ninth. And rounding out the top 10 is Doug Barnes there in 10th. And then a rough day for points leader Connor Hall. He had a couple problems, several problems there in that race, so he ends up 11th. Not the worst finish for him, but still, for the points leader, not too good. And then we have the kid, the teenager Carson Lofton there in 12th, and then Buddy Ellis Jr. there in 13th. I may be saying that name wrong too, but I'm not for certain. I don't know. Anyway, moving on, we have still there in 14th, we have Chase Burrow, and then it's Landon S. Huffman there, the last car on the lead lap. Then we have Hudson Bulger. Yeah, Hudson Bulger there in 16th. I've been having problems with that name all year too. But anyway, and then Minnie Tyrell there in 17th. Rough day for him as well. There with the last car on the track, it looks like, because everybody else is out, as you can see there. So Ronnie Bassett Jr., Andrew Grady, Brandon Pierce I can't talk today. Brandon Pierce rounds out the top 20, and then we have Mason Diaz and Mason Bailey, and then we have Ryan Wilson, Jake Bowman, and Austin Green there in 25th, who rounds out the field. So, with that, that will do it for the results. Now, if we head into what we've got going on in the future, 2 weeks is the next time we're covering the zMAX Cars Tour. In 2 weeks, they will be racing at the historic North Wilkesboro Speedway. They're up in North Wilkesboro. So, North Wilkesboro, that's the next side for the zMAX Cars Tour. That's the first race at North Wilkesboro for these guys and gals of the season there at North Wilkesboro. That will be 2 weeks, like I said. And the next week, Bowman Grange Stadium, of course, if it doesn't get rained out. I believe next week they should have the state. They should still be the Kevin Powell 100, but they're probably going to add the Street Stock 50 to that as well, because that's what they're supposed to run next week, just the Street Stock 50. If this week, yesterday, didn't get rained out. So, but don't hold me to that. But that should be how it is. The KP 100 and the Street Stock 50. That should be how they do it. But I'm not 100% certain on that yet. But anyway, we will be here to cover it on the TCW Post Race Show next week. Wasn't able to do it last week because we had to go to a school field trip. So also I was doing those broadcasts too, and they take a long time. So, but yeah, so that should be how everything goes next week. So yeah, I'm having to film this a second time because I didn't even hit record. So I'm doing this again. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Do be sure you do hit that like button and the big red subscribe button. And but yeah, with all that being said, God bless. He loves all y'all. Hope y'all went to church today. And but yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Do whatever you do to them, guys, and we'll see you next week for another edition of the TCW Post Race Show.